Hello, I'm Ben. Welcome to the channel. So I did a video a few weeks ago about Billy Carson, and he made the bad decision to basically debate a guy named Wesley Huff around the Bible and what the Bible actually says. And Billy Carson was making a bunch of claims that were false. And so I'm looking into this gentleman, and he's got a lot of street cred apparently, because what he actually has completed in life doesn't really stack up that much. So here's how I look at it. When you look at a resume and it says CEO, 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 and he's the founder of each one, anybody can make themselves the founder and CEO of a company. Anybody can. If you start a company, you can make yourself CEO of that company. And it can be, washing tires out back behind a warehouse, and you could be the CEO of that company. And I'm not saying that Billy Carson is completely false, but with the fallout since he did the debate with Wesley Huff, and Wesley Huff proved several times over, I counted 13 different things that he proved wrong in Carson's claims. You don't have to go far to look at this cat to see that he is false. For example, and you look at his information online, it says he graduated from Harvard and went to MIT. At MIT, he did a certification course. All right, anybody can do those online if you pay the fee. Anybody can do that online if you pay the fee for certification courses. They run courses across all different types of schools and thought. You just have to look into what you're interested in, and if you pay the fee, it's good. In Harvard, it says he did get into Harvard, and he did attend Harvard with the expectation of getting a degree in ancient civilization, but that's when the story ends. He did not get the degree in ancient civilization. He didn't get any degrees whatsoever when it comes to that. If you look up Mr. Huff, you'll see that he actually does have quite a few degrees and certifications, and he actually has done quite a bit in the field that Carson decided to disagree with him on. But here's what I would say to anyone that's hung up on that. I always say beware of false teachers, right? It's biblical that people are going to come and claim to be Christian and claim to be doing things that are biblical, but God is not mocked. We've talked about that on this channel many times before. And if you watch Billy Carson's most recent video, when he was talking back to people or trying to throw spears back at people because he's been found out as false, there's several times where he actually talked down to folks, talk about they're poor, they're just poor people, ignoring people as if they're poor. Here's the point: 99% of the world is poor. The majority of the wealth is held by 1% in the world, right? So when you think about that, he's calling the whole world poor. I don't know who he thinks would find no issue with that. And let me say, he does sell a lot of books. A lot of people buy his stuff. He's sold many books online and through Amazon. When you look up his net worth and all that online, it does have quite a bit in what it is. And one of the things he said in his 3-hour statement when he was coming back against failing that debate so severely was that he was rich and he flies around in his private planes and he does all these things. He claims. And what I see says he's worth an estimated $900,000. So not quite $1 million. And it doesn't say that he has done anything with degrees on this either. So he's been the founder of 5 companies, including SheCanPlay.org, ZenForce Media, First Class Space Agency, American Compassionate Care, and I'm sorry, this thing keeps popping ads up, ForbiddenKnowledge.org. And Forbidden Knowledge is apparently where he still works. He's 51 years old, was born September 4th, 1971. I go into these things because here's the thing. The person talks from authority, right? When he talks from authority, and he has people listen to that, people are believing him, that's dangerous. Now, it's our job to make sure that the people that we are following and the people that we're listening to, it's our job to make sure they're qualified to give us that information. So for me personally, I talk informationally about things I know and what I do. Leadership is what I do. Been a Christian my entire life. But when I'm doing instructional videos or I'm doing that on here, especially if it's biblical, I'm reading directly from the Bible. Because it's not my wisdom you're getting it from. You're getting it directly from the text where I get it from. This gentleman, on the other hand, makes a bunch of wild claims about what is and what is not in the Bible and what is and is not true, and people follow him. Hundreds of thousands of people have believed this guy and followed behind him without looking into him themselves. To me, he smells like a con artist. This is my opinion. And what he's done online, in my mind, just proves that. And the most interesting thing is he approved this conversation with Huff, got into this conversation with Huff, and now he's suing everybody involved in this conversation with Huff. So if that doesn't tell you exactly what that is, he got embarrassed because he's a liar. Okay, and because what he was saying was false. So before I close this video, I'll go back and read what I've read so many times about the 6 things that the Lord hates, yea, 7 are an abomination to him, right? A proud look. Does it seem like this guy's haughty on himself and a little up? Yeah, he's calling everybody poor, so he's got that going on. A lying tongue. Is that possible that he's on that? Absolutely, he's a liar as well. And hands that shed innocent blood. I don't know if he does that. A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. Yes, he's done that. Feet that are swift in running into mischief. Yes, he's done that, as he's doing with these videos and everything he's claiming on it as well. A false witness that speaketh lies. He that soweth discord among brethren. That's 16 through 19. It says, My son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thy heart and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. So right there are the things that God hates, right? What God loathes. And this gentleman, he is a perfect representative of all of them. I did this today because of one of the videos that was watching him for 3 hours talk garbage like he was talking. His followers in the comments of that video, take a look at that. I don't know why anybody would follow that clown. I don't know why anybody would believe that guy at this point with what has happened. When he decided he'd debate Wesley Huff with his false knowledge against Wesley Huff's actual knowledge and years spent studying the Bible and where it comes from, it's just, I don't know what he thought would come out of that, because ultimately when you're a fraud, you go against someone that's real, you get proven to be a fraud. Well, that's my response to that. I know a lot of people are watching that. He did not graduate from Harvard. He did not graduate from MIT. He did certification courses on MIT that you can do online. How do I know? I'm actually doing one now at the moment. So it's one of those things where you just have to watch the accomplishments that people give themselves, because everything they say may not be the case. If you like videos and subject matter such as these, please like, please subscribe. I'm Ben. Be good.